All right, let's get started then and focus in on Betterplace. They have launched a 2023 edition of the Frontline Index Report, which talks about trends and insights in the frontline workforce ecosystem. Joining in right now on the show, we have with us Pravin Agarwala. He's the Group CEO as well as the co-founder of Betterplace. Pravin, thanks so much for taking time out and being with us on ET Now. I just want to start off by understanding what have been some of the key takeaways from this report.
Sure. Thanks for having me here. I think there are three, four interesting perspectives that we're getting. One is that the demand in the front line continues to grow. So it is at around 6.6 million, but it has come down from what we saw last year from 8 million, right? So there is a drop, and that's largely driven by a kind of funding winter situation that we see. Organizations are going more towards profitability. And also we saw exponential growth year before, and that's kind of becoming flattish this year, and things will, because that was an impact of post-COVID outcome as well, and that will continue to grow in a more or less similar fashion in coming couple of years is what we believe. Nevertheless, there's festival season coming in, and there might be some jump for next 2 to 3 months, and then again it will taper down. That's one thing that we see. The second thing that we are seeing in the as per our data is right now the women participation is increasing. Last year we saw it is around 3% in a formal economy in frontline. This time it has increased to 6%, which is a 100% increase year on year, but still at 6%. We believe this will continue to grow, and this will go up to 20% by 27 or so. Primarily driven by 2-3 factors. Number one is that every organization has pushed towards ESG, so social and governance is playing a huge role. Second, we believe is also driven by the fact that when you have women participants in your frontline, the productivity is also going up in certain specific roles like warehousing, retail, manufacturing. So organizations are proactively looking forward to that as well. And women are also coming into the job market more because of variabilization or flexibility they have with respect to the work timings and so on. Right? So these are the factors which are bringing the change. The other impact that we are seeing over last 1 year is that variabilization, or as we call it, the great variabilization of the frontline is kicking in really fast. We believe that by 2030, there'll be 90 million people in the gig worker, which will be up from 1.5 crore, 15 million people today. This is also driven by the fact that organizations are looking for more profitability, efficiency, just-in-time resources, and so on. On the other hand, the individuals are looking for more income, and variabilization actually gives them the opportunity to earn more money that we have seen in last years, from cab to delivery and so on and so forth. Right? So that's the change. The other important change that we are seeing is that adoption of technology is increasing dramatically. Post-COVID, there is a phenomenon in terms of how do you onboard people, how do you bring more efficiency, how do you increase your productivity and so on using technology. And because of the availability of technology to everyone today, people are also coming on board and saying, I will use a mobile app to learn. And we have seen this with our own experience. We train roughly a couple of million people every year now, and this will go up to 5 million people in next year. So the adoption of technology is increasing at rapid scale, right? And the same applies to other things as well. Like, for example, you need access to credit. This was not possible earlier. You have access to credit.
Sure, and Pravin, given the fact that there is a trend that you've noticed, as you highlighted, that we are seeing a lot of frontline jobs declining, what do you think are some of the key reasons for that?
Yeah, so the job is not declined. What has happened is that the demand is reduced, right? So overall job is still growing. It will grow up by 6.6 million people as per our data. It was growing 8 million last year, right? But it is growing lower, and it's driven by, as I said, there are certain factors like funding winter growth is not at the same scale as it used to be last year. The second is that there's a lot more focus on profitability and variabilization has come in, so that is also playing an impact. And third, which we see, is that some part of e-commerce and all this year is a bit more flat because of all economical situation compared to last year. So people are also going up. But on the other hand, the logistics sector is growing. That is also kind of adding value to the e-commerce. But at the end of the day, you are actually taking goods and delivering, right? And on the other sectors as well, we feel that post-COVID, there was a steep growth, and that is becoming plateauing right now, and will continue perhaps for the next couple of years as we see that.
So given that, we have seen roles, particularly in the e-commerce space, that have been seeing quite a bit of a boost. Tell us this year, what have been some of the roles that have been created versus last year? Is it that a lot of specialized skills have been involved?
I think this year we see more from the logistics and mobility. So logistics and mobility has grown considerably, especially in tier 1 cities like Bangalore, Mumbai, Chennai, and so on. While e-commerce has gone down a little bit, we also see China plus one playing a lot. So manufacturing is becoming really big. If you look at mobile manufacturing, there are a lot of requests around future growth of manufacturing. So I think manufacturing will take a center stage over the next couple of years. The other area that we are seeing is the BFSI is also coming, health is coming. So there are new jobs getting created. All the demand is increasing compared to what it was last year, right? So there are certain areas where it is increasing, certain which is kind of little lower than last year in terms of growth in the area.
Pravin, what's the insight in terms of overall hiring trends right now? Post-COVID especially, have we seen, that recovery having kicked in, the kind of slowdown that we witnessed overseas due to recessionary pressures, the kind of layoffs that we witnessed? Is now all of that slightly behind us?
Hiring trends, as in from an industry point of view, I think still continues very positive, very strong. Post-COVID, there was like 2-3x jump in hiring. Last year it was 8 million. This year we see it's like 6.5 million, 6.6 million to be precise. So this will continue. I think what is also happening is that the hiring used to be largely in tier 1 cities. Now we see that happening in tier 2, tier 3 cities as well. And moreover, people are also looking at opportunities around their hometown or within their state itself, right? So that's another change that we are seeing from a hiring trend. The other thing that I would like to add on the hiring trend side is that a lot more technology is being used on hiring to onboarding post-COVID, right? Earlier, people used to come in your office, do an interview, give your documents, you do a KYC, you train them in room. All that is happening using mobile technology, and that will become even stronger with AI coming together with the mobile tech, right? So, and this is one of the areas that we are investing heavily as well.
So which are some of the sectors that have been the highest employers?
Right now, from a growth point of view, we still see the new age companies like logistics, e-commerce, mobility are still hiring more people than other industries from a percentage growth point of view. But hiring overall, I mean, if you look at traditionally, there are roughly 220 million people in the frontline formal economy. Large part of that is still in the traditional economy, like retail, manufacturing, real estate, and so on, right? So that will continue and not change much. I think manufacturing will grow faster than what we have seen in the past. Logistics and e-commerce will continue to grow as it has been. I do not see a change happening in that area as well over the next 3 years from a growth point of view, so that will be there. The other thing which is definitely going to happen is with a lot of push in infrastructure, right? Be it railways, be it roads, be it highways and so on. I think there will be more people getting job around infrastructure development across the country.
And it would be interesting as well, Pravin, before we let you go, to understand what the participation has been like from women as well over the last 2 to 3 years. And do you think that, women participating in the workforce and the number of women being a part of it is only going to increase? What are the indications from the report?
Like I mentioned, I think women participation was 3% last year. As per our data, it is 6% this year. And we believe that by 27, it will go up to 20%. As I said again, This is a push because of the ESG, which is social and governance, is a key factor. Productivity and retention is another important factor from an organization point of view. So efficiency increases. So overall, I think everyone is coming towards that. If you see, Parliament had passed the 33% reservation, so entire ecosystem is looking in the direction, and I think this is the right platform for the women participation to increase. And moreover, with the variabilization, gig working, flexibility timing, if I have to go back home and do certain things, I have the flexibility to choose my own working hour. Might be 2 hours, might be 4 hours, might be 8 hours. So that also increases the participation compared to how it was, let's say, 5 years back.
All right, thanks so much for taking time out and joining in. Good to have you and glean all those insights from that report.